One of the single most important principles that I learned in business is that there will always be people that hate on anything that you do. They'll hate on you, they'll hate on your business, they'll hate on your ideas. That's just simply part of the equation. You sign up for it. Whenever you want to build something dope, whenever you want to become somebody great, people will always have an opinion. And it's okay, they can have an opinion, they can talk, but understand that usually the talkers are not the doers. When you build your business, I know a lot of you guys get anxious and you're like, hey, what are people going to think? A lot of you guys want to build personal brands. You're gonna be like, well, what are people going to think? A lot of you guys are out here trying to create custom products or custom softwares, and you worry about what are people going to think. None of it matters. None of it matters. One, because those people aren't paying your bills. It's usually brokies that have opinions. It's never people that are actually doing something or contributing something to the world. As I evaluate the most successful people, whether from the Wright brothers, which created the first airplane and flew that thing, they always had critics, to Noah in the Bible. People said, no, it's not going to rain. He spent 100 years building an ark. People criticized. People criticize the most benevolent, the nicest people in the world. And when I realized that the best people, the best businesses get criticized all the time, I decided to stop giving a fuck. In fact, there was an interview, it was a live panel. I think it was a keynote that Steve Jobs was giving to Apple investors. You can probably search it. I recommend that you watch it because it's really good. Steve Jobs gets criticized or responds to criticism. And long story short, it's this investor in Apple that says, hey, Apple's progressing and doing all these things, but enlighten us on what you've been doing for the last X amount of years. Basically kind of shitting on him and telling him you haven't done anything in public in front of everybody. And mind you, this is one of the best technological innovators of the century, an absolute revolutionary in every regard. So when you begin to evaluate that there's always critics, there's always people talking, but they're not the ones doing. You can't let that deter you. You can't let that get in your way. Because one, most people don't care. That's the truth. Most people don't care. Two, the talkers are rarely the doers, so ignore them. And number three, you need to be comfortable in your own skin. You need to be in a situation where you know what you stand for, you know the businesses that you want to build, you know how much money you want to make, you know what type of people you want to impact. And based off of that, you continue moving forward, understanding that the talkers are usually part of the equation, the haters are part of the equation, the critics are part of the equation, but that's what it comes and that's what it costs to become great. Any musician has haters. Any athlete has haters. Look at the best athletes in the world. They have critics all the time, but those critics rarely get on the court. Those critics rarely get on the field. So when you understand the dichotomy and the difference between the hater and the doer, you liberate your spirit and you stop caring about people's opinion. So today's data set is about disregarding the hater, disregarding the critic. Let them do their own thing. Let them consider their own thoughts. Let them think that they're right. Let them shit on your business. Let them shit on you. It doesn't make a difference. Continue moving forward. Continue elevating. Develop the things that you want to develop. Create the things that you want to create. And understand that when it's all said and done, and when you're lying on that deathbed, all these haters won't be there. All the critics, they won't be there. The ones that will be there is you and yourself. And you're going to have to hold yourself accountable for what you did with your time, what you did with your talent, what you did with the opportunities at hand, and what you did with your life. So move forward, move with power, move with fucking dedication every single day, and get better and better and better. That's the data set.